Let's assume you're moving to the Charleston area, so you Google the best places to live. Time after time, you'll find that the city of Mount Pleasant pops up in the rankings as number 1. Why is this? And what's so special about Mount Pleasant? Stay tuned to find out. Hey y'all, it's Sean, your Charleston Realtor, and today we're going to take a deep dive into one of the Lowcountry's most charming and sought after areas, that is Mount Pleasant. If you're considering making this area your home, you've come to the right place. In this video, we're going to explore everything you need to know about Mount Pleasant, from its waterfront vistas to its top-notch schools and thriving real estate market. First, if you don't mind, consider giving this video a thumbs up and hitting the subscribe button. It helps me out a ton. So where is Mount Pleasant? It's just to the east of the Charles Peninsula and southeast of Daniel Island. It's really the last major town you reach before the beach towns in the Atlantic Ocean. It's deceptively big though. Over 90,000 residents call it home, making it the 4th most populated municipality in all of South Carolina, falling just behind Charleston, Columbia, and North Charleston, who are numbers 1, 2, and 3. Mount Pleasant is so big that it actually has 2 zip codes that correspond to the 2 general areas of the city, that is, north and south. North Mount Pleasant is located north of the Isle of Palms connector and encompasses this area in the 29466 zip code. South Mount Pleasant tends to be older and is located to the south of the Isle of Palms connector in the 29464 zip code. So why do you want to live in Mount Pleasant compared to other areas of town? Well, for one, it's close to everything. One of the key attractions of Mount Pleasant is just how close it is to both Charleston's historic peninsula and the stunning beaches of Isle of Palms and Sullivan's Island. The Ravenel Bridge, which is arguably Charleston's most defining landmark, connects Mount Pleasant to the Charleston Peninsula. And you can actually walk or jog the full length of this bridge too. It's a great workout. I-526, which makes a big arc around Charleston, actually begins in Mount Pleasant and it ends in West Ashley. I-526 is going to be the best way to access areas north of Charleston. Highway 17 runs the length of Mount Pleasant, and it's probably how you'll get around most of town. Now let's touch on the government and taxes in Mount Pleasant. The town is located within Charleston County and is governed through a town council. Surprisingly, municipal taxes are actually pretty low compared to the rest of Charleston County municipalities. From this graphic here, you can see that the Mount Pleasant millage rates are lower than some other parts of Charleston County, to include Charleston itself. And because the town is so well funded, probably due to higher property values, Mount Pleasant boasts top-notch police and fire services. Now, if you have kids or you're planning to, education is obviously a top priority. Mount Pleasant falls under Charleston County School District, which includes several schools that consistently rank high in South Carolina. And while there are a few private schools and charter schools in the area, I just want to focus on public schools for now. There are a total of 8 elementary schools in Mount Pleasant, and they all are ranked extremely high, according to GreatSchools.com. In fact, they're some of the highest ranked schools in all of the Charleston area. Here's a graphic that breaks down the rankings of each elementary school according to greatschools.com. But definitely do your own research when it comes to schools and school districts. These are 2023 rankings, by the way. The only elementary school that greatschools.com does not have a ranking for is Laurel Hill. Now, middle schools follow the same trend, ranking pretty high compared to the rest of the district and the state. They are categorized by their extremely high Algebra 1 participation and pass rate, with the Thomas C. Carrier Middle School leading the bunch. And lastly, there are 2 major high schools in Mount Pleasant. Wando High School covers north of Mount Pleasant, while Lucy Beckham covers South Mount Pleasant. Both are ranked exceptionally high according to niche.com, with A and B averages in most categories. There's also the East Cooper Center for Advanced Studies that provides college level or tradesman education for students in the surrounding areas. Now let's talk about real estate in Mount Pleasant. The housing market in this town is thriving, and it's easy to see why. You'll find an array of housing options, from condos and townhomes to spacious single-family homes and stunning waterfront properties. Remember when I said Mount Pleasant can be divided into 2 submarkets, one in the north and one in the south? Well, let's talk about each. As of September 2023, the average sales price of single-family detached homes in South Mount Pleasant was $1.32 million, with a median sales price of $940,000. You'll find that townhomes and condos were a little bit more affordable at the average sales price of $536,000 and a median sales price of $415,000. This is pricier than almost every other part of town, but what you're getting for this price is a top-tier location that is just minutes away from the Charles Peninsula and the beaches. The schools and the amenities in the area can hardly be beat. The disparity between the median sales price and the average sales price for single-family detached homes is pretty large, almost $400,000. I suspect the reason for this is because most of your large multi-million-dollar homes are going to be in southern Mount Pleasant, not northern, so that skews the average sales price upwards. You'll still be able to find a modest single-family detached home in this area in the 700s or 800s, and sometimes even less. Northern Mount Pleasant is still pricey, but marginally less expensive than southern Mount Pleasant. As of September 2023, the average sales price in northern Mount Pleasant for single-family detached homes was $996,000, with a median sales price of $900,000. Now, townhomes and condos are a different story in this area. The average sales price is $517,000, with a median sales price of $535,000. This is just as expensive, if not more expensive, than southern Mount Pleasant. I suspect the reason for this is that there's quite a few newer construction townhomes out this way, which drives the price up. Townhomes in northern Mount Pleasant have actually seen some of the biggest year-over-year price increases of any other class of home in the entirety of the Charleston metro. Prices are up almost 25 to 30% over the course of a year. It's essential to note that real estate prices can vary significantly depending on the neighborhood. Some areas like Old Village have a unique historical charm and tend to command higher prices, while others offer more affordable options while still being conveniently located. Speaking of neighborhoods, let's explore some of the most popular ones in Mount Pleasant. Each neighborhood has its unique character and appeal, which can't be said for a lot of other areas in the Charleston metro. Old Village is a historic gem known for its charming streets, waterfront properties, and the sense of timeless elegance. If you appreciate tree-lined streets and a strong sense of community, Old Village might be your dream neighborhood. Ion is a picturesque community that offers a blend of Charleston-style architecture and modern amenities. It's famous for its beautiful parks, walking trails on the water, and a vibrant social scene. Homes in this area can truly be massive and fetch some jaw-dropping prices. Just take a look at this graph. Prices in this area have increased from around $1 million all the way to $2.5 million since the beginning of 2020. Ion is one of those really special neighborhoods that it's like downtown Charleston, except with a modern feel. It's modern design, but has that same charm and character as downtown Charleston. Now, Park West is a large neighborhood with excellent schools and fantastic amenities. It's pretty massive. I like to call it the Cane Bay of Mount Pleasant. There are a ton of subsections of Park West that have been built up by different builders over the years. Each neighborhood has its own unique style. It's known for its recreational opportunities, including miles of biking and walking trails. Now, Bell Hall is an established community with a range of home styles, including the traditional ranch homes to the Charleston-style house and other modern builds. Residents love its central location and the surrounding amenities. And finally, if you're looking for a more private and upscale lifestyle, Dunes West might be your choice. This is a gated community that features a golf course, beautiful marsh views, and luxury homes. Keep in mind that these are just a few examples, and Mount Pleasant has plenty of other fantastic neighborhoods to explore. The diversity in housing options ensures there's something for everyone. Now, people who move to Charleston don't always have a good pulse on the differences between the suburbs. If you're considering other areas of town like West Ashley or Somerville, here's some features that make Mount Pleasant stand out above the rest. So number one, Mount Pleasant's proximity to the coast means you can enjoy the waterfront lifestyle. Whether you're into boating, fishing, or simply taking in breathtaking sunsets over the harbor or the beach, the water is never that far away. Number two, the town boasts a vibrant culinary scene. You'll find a plethora of restaurants, from local seafood joints to upscale dining establishments. Shem Creek in particular is known for its waterside dining experiences and is a must visit. Next, Mount Pleasant encourages an active lifestyle with numerous parks, hiking trails, and water-based activities. Whether it's a family day at the Palmetto Islands County Park or a kayaking adventure on Shem Creek, outdoor enthusiasts will feel right at home. Now, number four, not to be underrated, is the historic charm of some parts of town. The quaint streets, historic homes, and maritime history are captivating for history buffs and those who appreciate timeless beauty. Next, Mount Pleasant's proximity to Isle of Palms and Sullivan's Island means you're never far away from the ocean. You're so close to the beach that you don't have to plan an entire day around visiting the beach, but instead just jump in your car and 15 minutes later you're there. And lastly, Mount Pleasant residents take pride in their town's strong sense of community. Local events, farmers markets, and neighborhood gatherings create a warm and welcoming atmosphere. So there you have it, a comprehensive look at Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. From its unbeatable location and fantastic schools to its thriving real estate market and abundant amenities, this town has it all. Whether you're starting a family, planning to retire, or simply looking for a change in scenery, Mount Pleasant offers a vibrant and welcoming community that could be your next home. Now, if you have any questions or want to explore Mount Pleasant further, feel free to reach out to me. My contact info is in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video.